Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to The Walk. Today is Wednesday, December 11th, and we just talked about the prophecy against Ammon. We are up to the prophecy against Moab and Seir. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. It's S-E-I-R. We talked about the fact that they had so many things that were against them, and that these nations have turned their backs on God in many ways. So we're up to chapter 25, verse 8 of Ezekiel. Thus says the Lord God, because Moab and Seir said, behold, the house of Judah is like the other nations. Okay, we're going to stop here. What does it mean that they are like the other nations? Well, I did a lot of research about this, and I really didn't find anything that was better than the note in the Fire Study Bible. And it said, Ezekiel prophesies that Moab would be punished because they believed that Israel's God was no greater than the gods of other nations. This attitude has remained through the ages among various people. Their claim is that all religions are the same and that they all teach equally valid truths. To them, Christians are ignorant and narrow-minded to claim that Jesus is the only way to God and to spiritual salvation. So let's think about this. When I read this, it immediately made me think of the many times, I can't even guess how many times, I have heard all religions are basically worshiping the Creator, so they're really all on an even playing field. That is not true. If you have not put your faith and trust in Jesus Christ, you do not have salvation. Bottom line, that's what it's all about. It's not that Allah, who the Islams worship, is the same as God the Father. Absolutely not. In fact, Allah is Satan. There's no doubt about it. And all these other religions that are focused on the creation, they try to say that they're all on an even playing field. None of them are above the other, and it is not true. Our God is way above all those other gods, and he's got sovereignty, power, and majesty over all those other gods. Now, there was a note about Moab in the Cultural Study Bible, so we can get a little bit more information about what Moab was like. Among the states represented at Zedekiah's strategy meeting in 597 BC, you can read about that in Jeremiah 27:3. Although it apparently survived and served as a place of refuge for Judites fleeing Nebuchadnezzar's destruction of Jerusalem in 587, its role as potential troublemaker in the region was not forgotten. So Moab is the troublemaker. Keep that in your mind. Josephus records a later campaign by the Babylonian king in 582 to 581 BC to reduce both Ammon and Moab. There is not sufficient evidence to demonstrate how effective this campaign actually was. But like Ammon, the nation of Moab probably survived to become a part of the Persian Empire at the end of the 6th century BC. So these Moabites were known for causing trouble. And think of the amount of trouble that they would have caused just in saying that that all faiths were even with what the faith of the Israelites in God the Father. That is complete and total blasphemy. Verse 9. Therefore, I will lay open a flank of Moab from the cities, from its cities on its frontier, the glory of the country, Beth Jeshemoth, Baal Meon, and Kiriathaim. I will give it along with the Ammonites to the people of the east as a possession, that the Ammonites may be remembered no more among the nations, and I will execute judgments upon Moab. Then they will know that I am the Lord. So what's coming for Moab? What's coming for Moab is judgment. Judgment, because they are saying all these religions are on an even playing field. The interesting thing here is that here we are in 2024, and we are still hearing those arguments. We are still hearing people say, well, all religions are basically the same and they are all worshiping a higher power, and that's all God with a capital G. No, it is not. If they are not worshiping God the Father, they are not put their faith and trust in Jesus Christ, then they are worshiping an entirely different God, and all those other gods come from Satan. So don't be fooled by those comments. Have a wonderful day. God bless, and keep walking the walk.